Welcome to day 7 of the Flats and Handwashing Challenge. Through the annual Flats Challenge, we strive to spread awareness of ways that more families can cloth diaper their babies. In this video, I'm going to share how it went hand washing cloth diapers for a week straight in a Scrubba wash bag. I'll give you an update on whether my flat cloth diaper stash was sufficient, whether or not it worked out using just 2 wool diaper covers, what I thought about the Scrubba wash bag for washing cloth diapers, what is a good idea, bad idea, would I recommend it to you, and what I learned from hand washing cloth diapers for a week straight. I'll start out by sharing some clips I took each day along the challenge, and then at the end I'll give you the summary. See you on the other side, where I'll be glad to have completed the Flats Challenge. Good morning! It's day 1 of the Flats and Handwashing Challenge. When he went to bed last night, he wore a stretchy flat, and then I had it boosted with a newborn muslin flat. When he woke up for a diaper change in the middle of the night, I put another one of these on him, and I changed him into his wool bubble shorts that he'll be using for the challenge. They were dry already. I added some extra lanolin to them with some spray lanolin to make sure they're good and lanolized. You can see our setup right next to the bed. We did catch the morning poop in the potty, so hopefully not too many more poops coming for today. I moved the diaper cart that we normally use for storing clean and dirty diapers into the far corner of the room, since we won't be using this week. The diapers in our stash that we're not going to be using are the novice pre-folds, which we were planning to stop using soon anyways. The snap and inserts for our poppy wool covers, our 6 fitted diapers, and this basket I actually have a couple random flats that I might use if we really need to, and there's some pre-flats that we're not planning to use for the challenge. And these 2 wool covers I'm going to wash to remove the lanolin and then put them away. It's only the first morning of the challenge, and I feel like I'm already running out of cloth diapers, well, at least the stretchy flats, which are the ones I prefer to use since he's already outgrown the newborn muslin flats and I'd have to double them up. So I'm going to try my first wash here. I made this makeshift diaper pail, and I'm going to try to figure out how this is going to go using the Scrubba wash bag. We're going out today, so it's time for me to pack up the diaper bag, especially before we run out of the stretchy flats. This is a clutch that I just take out on a daily basis on walks, so I have my assembly cloth wipes in there. Grab those out. I have an assembly cover and some disposables. I'm not going to be using those today, so just grab out my Logan and Lenora change pad as well. And I'll be packing items up into this Planet-Wise wet dry bag. I'll put him in his wool bubble shorts before we go, and then pack his baby greens cover. Before we left the house to run an errand, I hung up my first batch of hand-washed flats. It's been about 2 hours. Yeah, these gummy flats are still feeling pretty damp. The blinds were closed and the fan was off, so I think I'll open up the window here, put the fan back on, because 2 hours I was hoping they'd be more dry than this. The wipes didn't come quite as clean as I wanted them to, so I'm going to wash them again. I left them soaking in the sink while we were gone. Day 1 of the Flats Challenge is drawing to an end. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. The kids are in bed, the baby's sleeping, and I still have 2 loads of cloth diapers to wash in my Scrubba bag. I've figured out that this can only fit about 5 flats at a time, and my baby still goes through around 15 diapers per day. So even though I washed 1 load earlier today and it's already dried and folded and put away, I still have 2 more loads to wash, and I'm getting really tired. Good morning! It's day 2 of the Flats and Handwashing Challenge. I'm pretty low energy today, but it is nice to wake up to a basket that still has some neatly folded flats in it, and our spare wool covers there. Here's our flat diapers and wipes that have been hanging to dry overnight. It's nice to wake up to a batch of clean cloth diapers. It's the evening of day 2. It's about 7:30 in the evening. Baby's to bed for the night, and I have all the diapers still to wash. I put a bunch of them in here, I think it was this morning, and all I did was the first wash and one rinse, and then they pretty much just sat in the Scrubba bag all day long. And so I'm gonna separate this actually into 2 loads, and then I even have some more diapers in the pail. I'm glad I included a lot of flats in my stash for this challenge, because on days like today, it just wasn't realistic to wash partway through the day because I was really not feeling well today. The cloth wipes have been making it kind of hard to wash in the Scrubba bag. They just get balled up into a lump, and so I decided to separate them out. I actually have this separate Delicates bag. It's a smaller one. It's made by the same company as the Scrubba bag, but they named it differently. Olorette Delicates washer. So I'm gonna try using this smaller one for the wipes, because last night I washed one batch in here, flats and wipes, and then one just flats, and it works so much better without the wipes in there getting all scrunched up into little balls. So I'm gonna see if this works better to do them separately. Good morning! It's day 3 of the Flats and Handwashing challenge. He wore his baby green's wool diaper cover pretty much all day yesterday, so I think we need to switch it up today. Give that one some time to air out. I like using it because I've been using the origami fold without a fastener. I just tuck the wings into each other, and so with this wrap style cover, it helps hold it in place. Sometimes when I put him in his wool bubble shorts, then the diaper kind of comes loose underneath, but if I don't use a fastener. It's the morning and I still have all these diapers I need to wash. I didn't end up washing them last night. I was editing a video until about 10 p.m. and I just started feeling awful. So I had to go straight to bed. So now all of yesterday's diapers, these all at least soaked for quite a while, because one batch soaked for most of the day and one batch soaked overnight. But these each need a really good hot wash and rinse cycle still. And I better get them up and drying, because I don't know how long that's going to take. And there's some more wet ones in the pail, but I think I'm just not even going to deal with those right now. It's too much. It looks like we've got just a couple of the stretchy flats left here, and I'm going to be having to use the newborn muslin flats for most of the day, I guess. While baby was napping, I was able to wash those 2 loads of 6 diapers each and get them hanging up on the drying racks. And I put in the 6 diapers that were in the diaper pail into the Scrubba bag with detergent. I'm guessing they will probably be sitting in there soaking for a long time, because I don't know when I'll get a chance to wash the next batch today. It's about noon and we only have 2 clean cloth diapers left in the basket, so I'm coming to check on these. It looks like the muslin flats are all completely dry. Those ones dry quicker. And a couple of the stretchy flats are dry enough to use, but some of them still need a little bit more drying time. But luckily we will be able to use these diapers and we won't run out. The next batch of diapers are on their rinse cycle after just 1 wash cycle, and then cloth wipes I have in this bag. Luckily we have plenty of cloth wipes, so we're not even running low yet. I haven't even put away these cloth wipes that I washed the other day. And we still have wipes over here in the lunchbox we keep them in, so I'm glad we have a lot of those. It's a little after 4 o'clock. Baby's napping again, which gave me a chance to finish washing that load and get it hanging to dry. But there's already 10 diapers doing a pre-soak in the Scrubba bag. It just feels endless today, catching up from not washing yesterday, and then baby's been going through a lot of diapers today. It's the morning of day 4 of the Flats and Handwashing challenge. I washed about 4 loads, which is 5 to 6 diapers at a time, of flats yesterday, and I have some waiting in the shower to wash and some in the diaper pail to wash. So since I wasn't feeling well on day 2 of the challenge and I didn't wash any diapers that day, kind of got behind and I'm playing catch up now. These should be dry and ready to fold. This is day 4 of the Flats and Handwashing challenge, and I was just letting the cloth wipes pile up and soak in a bag, and I finally decided I need to deal with them today before we run out. So I moved them to the sink. I did a soak with all of them with Beyond Clean, agitated them a bit wearing some gloves, and then I separated and sorted them. The ones here are the ones that had some poop on them and need extra care, so I sprayed the poopy spots with some BioClean back out, and now they're just soaking in some cold water. So the rest of them were pretty clean after washing them in the sink. I gave them one last rinse cycle in the Olorette bag. I'm not sure how to pronounce that exactly. I poured that out, and now I squeezed out the water. I'm going to kind of dry them in this towel and then hang them on these little clippy hangers to dry. 40 cloth wipes hanging to dry, so we won't run out of wipes. That's a relief. I really like these clippy hangers. I've been using them for years. They're great for hanging either cloth wipes or if you use cloth pads. It's just a nice way to separate out little items. Another batch of flats are drying on the rack, but I still have 12 more doing a pre-soak in the Scrubba bag. I'm still playing catch up from having not washed on day 2 of this challenge. I'm getting kind of exhausted. It's the morning of day 5, Friday morning. Good morning. And there's only one batch of cloth diapers drying on the rack. That's all I managed to get done last night. I was up late editing a video and I got so tired that I just couldn't do the other batch I was working on. So now I have a lot of catching up to do. I thought I was finally gonna get caught up and now I'm way behind again. I've got a load that's soaking in the Scrubba bag and a full diaper pail. I better get to work washing. If I remember correctly, this one's had at least one wash and rinse, so maybe if I can get going here real quick, wash it and rinse it one more time, I could get those up on the rack this morning. And this pail's starting to overflow. I really want to get those to start soaking so they don't get too stinky here. It happened, morning of day 5, and we got poop on both of the covers. I was letting him do some tummy time wearing his wool bubble shorts with just an origami fold with no fastener under. I totally forgot about the fact that he had not pooped yet in the morning, and when I picked him up I felt that he was pooping. I tried to get him to the potty in time, but as soon as I laid him on the change pad he did the rest of the poop. So when I took off his diaper cover, some of the poop got just right here. It wasn't too bad though. I was able to use water and some bunch of Farmer's stain remover stick and just clean this area here. So I just spot cleaned it and I'm gonna let it dry. Not long after that, he did another small poop when he was wearing the baby greens, and as I took it off, I was all proud that there was no poop on the cover, but I set it down and the wing dipped into the poop on the diaper. So we got a little bit just like right here on the wing. Again, I spot cleaned it with a bunch of Farmer's stain remover stick, and I squeezed this area in a towel to get some of the moisture out, and I'm just gonna let it dry. So short term, can I get by with just 2 covers? Yes, but long term, would this be realistic? Probably not. I would probably want bare minimum 3, better 4 if I was doing long term exclusively wool. I also think I might wash this baby greens and lanolize it tonight, so have him go to bed wearing the bubble shorts and then give this a good wash, just because I can see the discoloration from pee here. I think we haven't been using quite enough absorbency under it. And when he wears it at night, it gets kind of damp here, so it would be good to do a thorough wash and lanolize on this while he's wearing this. And yes, right now he was napping without a cover. I put him in the super big bulky muslin swaddle blanket and I have him laying on a wool puddle pad. So the puddle pad is a water resistant layer, so he's laying on it instead of wearing it right now. This should be dry. I mean, I could even put this one back on him right now if I needed to. For the poopy diapers, which ended up being 3 diapers because we also got it on the flat that we used to cover the change pad, I used my good trusty gloves, some bunch of Farmer's stain remover stick, scrubbed them really well, got it to the point where you couldn't even see poop on it anymore. And now they're in here washing with this batch. I'm gonna try to get this one done real quick so I can get it up and drying while he's still napping, and I better deal with some cloth wipes again today. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I did manage to get another batch washed and hanging up on the drying rack while he was napping. The bubble shorts are still a bit wet where I spot cleaned them, so I think we'll be using the baby greens cover for now. It's about bedtime for the kids. I was feeling like I finally caught up because I washed the cloth wipes today. I got another load washed and drying on the rack, but the diaper pail's already full again. Good morning. It's day 6 of the Flats and Handwashing Challenge. We're getting close to the end here. We've got a whole bunch of wipes hanging to dry there that I'll need to stack up. And some cloth diapers as well. Ohio. Ohio gozaimasu. Last night I was filming my wash routine, but it got too late. And I only got as far as these are soaking in their final rinse water. So I guess I'll pick back up today. I got that load rinsed and hanging on the dry rack. The next batch is soaking in the Scrubba bag. Ready to move on with the day. Good morning. It's the morning of day 7 of the Flats and Handwashing Challenge. Our basket of flats in the room was all empty, so we need to come in here and get a diaper. I'm glad that we have a lot of diapers drying in here. We're gonna go out for a family walk like we like to do on a Sunday, so I packed up my little clutch with my wipes, just one flat diaper and a change pad. Doing one more rinse on this load here. I'll wait till we get back from our walk to hang these up and to wash the other load. We did it! We completed the Flats and Handwashing Challenge 2021. I want to talk briefly about how it went with each aspect of our challenge. So I'm going to go over, was our cloth diaper stash sufficient? Did we get by with just the 2 wool covers? Was our washing method a good choice? Did elimination communication save me from needing to wash poopy diapers? And then I'll talk about what my biggest challenge was. So first of all, our stash. It included 12 newborn clothies muslin flats, 12 one-size flats from Fruit of the Womb, the gummy ones. Then I had 2 of the extra large muslin swaddle blankets that are also just clothies, really big squares, and 1 homemade flat. That's 27 total diaper changes. And then we had the 2 wool covers. So the number of diaper changes was just right for us. It turned out that on day 2, I was feeling very unwell and I was not able to wash it all that day. I just had 1 batch that soaked in the Scrubba bag all day, and it ended up that we needed those 27 changes. There were a couple times where we got down to we had none or just 1 diaper left in the basket while we were waiting for the other ones to dry, and they dried just in time. So the number of changes was just right. The 2 diaper covers we did get by with. If you watched the clips of how the challenge went on day 5, we got a bit of poop on each of the covers, but luckily I was able to spot clean them. He took a nap without a cover, just laying on a wool puddle pad, and then we went back to using the covers. I did intend to wash this baby greens one evening, but I didn't have time. So now that this challenge is over, I will give both of these wool covers a really good wash. It just shows how great wool is. If it has a good coat of lanolin on it, it can neutralize the ammonia in the pee, and they don't even stink. I gave the bubble shorts a good sniff this morning to check. It just smells like wool. I definitely did need 2 and not just 1, because especially at nighttime, the wool would get kind of damp and I would need to let it air out and use the other one. Now realistically, if somebody was cloth diapering long term, I don't think 2 would really get you by very well, because it tends to be when one gets pooped on, the other one might at the same time. So 3 as bare minimum, and it'd be a lot more comfortable using 4 wool covers. For a very short term like this, 1 week, we did make it with just 2 wool diaper covers. Next, our washing method. I chose the Scrubba wash bag because I wanted to practice what it would be like next time we travel internationally. Now, normally when we travel, we rent an Airbnb for a month at a time, and we always choose one with a washing machine. They don't usually have a dryer, but we just hang our laundry to dry. I wanted to have this as a backup method for times like when we took the bullet train throughout Japan and we were just staying one night in a hotel room or an Airbnb, getting back on the train the next thing in the morning, and sometimes it was really hard washing the diapers and getting the fitted diapers I had at the time to dry in time. So I thought for those rare scenarios where we just have one quick stay, maybe a small sink without a sink stopper, could I wash the diapers without even a sink? If I had to, yes, I could wash diapers in the Scrubba bag for a day or two. I really wouldn't want to do it for a week again. The main mistake I made in choosing our washing method is it just was not a match for the number of diapers we go through. Right now he's 3.5 months old, and I change the diaper with each pee or poop. So he's been going through about 15 diapers a day. I tried to kind of brush that off when I read Bailey's blog post on Simply Mom Bailey about using the Scrubba bag, and her main complaint was that it didn't fit very many diapers. And I kind of thought, oh well, I'll just do multiple loads. But when I got near the end of the challenge, I really stopped to think about it. I was like, I should have done the math. What was I thinking? I see other people in the Flats and Handwashing group on Facebook maybe are washing every other day. So they're washing about 3 days out of the challenge. And they're using a wash method such as the bucket and plunger, where they can wash all of their dirty or wet diapers at once. So maybe somebody completed this challenge just washing 3 times. I don't know, let me know in the comments. How many times did you wash? 3, 4? I washed about 20 batches of diapers in that Scrubba bag, because at 15 diapers a day, that's 3 loads of 5 diapers at a time. It was ridiculous. That is the challenge I set out for myself, so I did it, but it was not an efficient method for how many diapers we go through. I would have been way better off with something like a bucket or similar, where I could have put all 15 diapers in there at one time. Scrubba bag, possible? Good idea? Not right now. There's a few scenarios that the Scrubba bag would be good for. I've heard people asking about, well, what do you do if you're backpacking and camping overnight? You know, if you're camping in a campground, you're driving there, you might be able to bring a bucket and plunger, but if you're carrying everything on your back, something like the Scrubba bag is really compact, really lightweight. That's why I figured, why not take it when we travel in our suitcase as a just in case, because it's not really gonna add much weight. Other scenarios, if you really know you're not gonna have a sink or you're not gonna have a bathtub to use, maybe if you have a baby or a toddler who's only using about 5 or 6 diapers a day, and you could wash them all together. So maybe if we had done this challenge when he's like 6 months old, it might have worked, or in the toddler stage, it might work. But for now, it just wasn't a match for how many diapers we use. Now, did elimination communication save me from having to wash poopy diapers? No, not exactly. We still had about 8 poopy diapers. So for a 7-day challenge, that comes out to about 1 per day. Although they didn't tend to happen that way, it tended to be big poop that got on the wool cover, and then poop in the potty, and then little poop in the next diaper, and then getting poop on the flat that was protecting the change mat. So we'd have 3 poopy diapers all at once. But we did get poops in the potty, so if we had not been practicing elimination communication, we would have had even more poopy diapers to scrub. Cleaning them wasn't a big deal though. With my gloves and some bunch of Farmer's stain remover stick, I just made sure I got those poop marks out before putting them in the Scrubba bag, because the Scrubba bag was not doing enough on its own to get the poop out. So now, what was my biggest challenge in this Flats Challenge 2021? It really wasn't washing diapers. It wasn't about hanging to dry diapers. My challenge was to produce 7 videos, and I wanted them to be well edited, informative videos, and it was just too much. It took a toll on the whole family. I didn't have as much time with my older kids, because my time to either wash diapers or edit videos was once the kids went to bed at night or baby was napping, but I couldn't be doing both, editing a video and washing the diapers at the same time. So we ended up with a lot of late nights, and my husband helped with the filming, and he does a once over to edit the videos too, checking the sound and color correction, and it was just way too much. He's asked me to please not do this challenge again. I think if I were to do it in the future, I would do the hand washing. It might be training pants by next year with this little guy, but just like post on Instagram once a day, because trying to make a video for each one was way too ambitious. Some overall takeaways from this. One thing is I definitely am going to be appreciating my washing machine more. I wanted to sit down and tell you that I've always appreciated when I do have a washing machine, because we grew up not having a washer at home and we'd have to go to the laundromat once a week and spend our whole entire Sunday at the laundromat washing and drying clothes. But truthfully, I had been complaining a lot about my washing machine lately. We have a front-loading high-efficiency one, and it's very difficult to rinse the detergent out. So before this hand washing challenge started, I was often staying up late at night, rinsing the clean diapers like 3 times in the bathtub, trying to get all the detergent out before putting them back in the machine for one more water-only cycle. It was taking sometimes a day or 2 just to wash a load with the machine. And a big thing I realized from this is, why have I not just been hanging the diapers to dry? Because our high efficiency dryer is not very effective. I can run laundry in that dryer for 2 hours and 45 minutes. It comes out damp. I end up hanging it on the dry racks. I'm frustrated with the time involved. And now I realize I could just hang it straight on the dry racks and it dries in like 3.5 hours. So why am I wasting all this electricity and time to put things through the dryer and then hang them on the rack when I could go straight to hanging on the rack? So I may be doing more of that, especially with our clothes laundry. It would just be easier to use the drying racks. We have them anyways. So overall, we completed the Flats Challenge 2021. It gave us a better appreciation for what we do have. I mean, preparing for the video on what people can do if they're in a difficult situation and they can't afford diapers, that's just really eye-opening to the struggles that other people go through. And I am very fortunate that I can buy the cloth diapers that I want, that I have a washer and dryer to wash them, that I don't have that as a worry or something to stress me out as how am I gonna diaper my baby. I always know I have my cloth, and now with my Scrubba bag, I always know that I can wash my cloth anywhere in the world we might be. If you also participated in the Flats Challenge this year or past years, or if you watched along here on Easy Peasy or other channels, please let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is from the Flats Challenge. If you're interested in natural cloth diapering or elimination communication, please subscribe.